Peace. So I just wanted to kind of do a part two on being in a possessive relationship. So I talked to you about my very first one, and I was in my teens. I was underage. It was my very first real relationship that lasted off and on for 3 years. This one I'm going to talk about. I was 21, and I was with him for about 3 years. Same situation, sorta. It was a little bit of an upgrade. He actually, you know how, with women, like when they're dating guys or whatever, how women will tend to make the guy wait and things like that. Well, it was opposite in our situation. He actually made me wait for quite a while. Before we went there, like, cause we were talking back and forth for a long time, and he made me wait. So those men do exist. The ones who are really into you. There are some men out there who will actually make you wait and be fully and 100% entirely interested in you, believe it or not. But anyway, once we were officially in a relationship with one another, we then began to live together. Kind of similar stuff to what I went through in my other relationship, where I was with a guy who wanted to talk to me all the time. Like, if I wasn't at that house, he would always be on the phone with me. Okay, so I want to continue what I was talking about. So yeah, I was with him, and kind of similar. Anytime I wasn't there, I would be on the phone with him. I did not leave the house. I did gain a lot of weight. It was not only a possessive relationship, there was no growth on my part or his part. He was an alcoholic. His drinking got worse when we got together. I gained weight. So yeah, very very similar. The toxicity between us when we split 7 months after we split, he actually passed away from failed kidney and liver. So when I look back at that, I feel like maybe that's why he also could have made me wait too as well. Because he's like, well, I already got enough on my plate. I got a lot of demons in my closet. Am I going to add more weight onto myself? So we really have to know what we're getting into. And that's what I had to figure out. I really didn't know what I was getting into. So when you're in situations like that, you have to ask a lot of questions. You have to ask a lot of questions. A lot of why. Why is this? Why is that? But before we got together, he made me feel really good, really special. I've kind of been an outcast in my life, and he made me feel like I wasn't alone. So there's a lot of comfort. So I feel like with possessive relationships, the common thing in possessive relationships is the feeling that you belong. That's why it may be so easy to get into possessive relationships, because acceptance feels so good. But just like addiction can feel really good too. So a lot of us who find ourselves in possessive relationships, I've come to the conclusion that we enjoy feeling good over doing the real work. Real work takes discipline. You know, from what I've learned, real work actually takes discipline and patience. That instant gratification will get you every time. If that's the the meat or avocado of the relationship, you are planning for it to fail. You need more in that relationship than that, because you might as well just do drugs, you know, because relationships could be just as bad as drugs, just as toxic. For the mental, though, it's a little different for the mental. Drugs is more mental and physical, because you physically can deteriorate with drugs. So it's a little bit different. But that's what I've learned, and that pretty much wraps it up for my second possessive relationship. Thanks for tuning in.